அப்படியே என்ன சொல்றாங்க?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
வலைக்கும் சலாம் வரமத்துல்லாஹ்.
Can you? Okay, all right.
என்னது ஜக்கரியா? ஆ?
பேசும்.
Assalamu alaikum. Can we start the class?
Walaikum assalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ustaz, yes, Ustaz.
All right. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Assalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in wa man tabi'ahum bi ihsanin ila yawmiddin amma ba'd. All right. Rabbil Alamin. So in fact, today we are trying to have, I think, our third grammatical analysis class, because we have conducted quite some time back grammatical analysis of, I think, Surah Al-Fatiha. Then after a while, we have conducted a grammatical analysis class for Ayatul Kursi. And I think this is the third one. Any of you, can you put up your hand? Any of you who attended grammatical analysis classes before my classes? But when you are responding, can you please respond quickly so that we can keep moving fast? Only one? Nobody else attended? Can I repeat the question? Any of you attended grammatical analysis class, my grammatical analysis class before? Okay, so quite a lot of them have not attended, which is fine. Okay, fine. All right. So, okay, you can put your hands down. Now I am going to ask another question. Before in the group, you were requested to watch an intro video before coming to the class. So how many of you actually watched the intro video? Only 3 people are responding for anything. Okay. 4. 4. 4. 4. Can you respond quickly? Can you respond quickly? 7. How many of you watched it this time or before? Whenever it is, that was fine. Because so only 7 have watched out of 36. Actually, the point here is lot of the things which I'm going to explain today are some of the approach that we are going to follow. This all is an extension of the intro video. So if you have not watched the intro video, you may find things, a little bit difficult, or you may not understand the approach by which we are addressing the analysis. So it was very important that you watched the intro video. But anyhow, I'm going to carry on with the class, and let's see how much you are able to manage to understand or capture. Right, alhamdulillah. So first of all, let me ask a simple question. Why we are doing grammatical analysis, or you can say some kind of i'rab of a sentence? Why we want to do that? Just an academic exercise, or is there a purpose to it? Can someone answer that question? Somebody put up your hand, then I'll, yeah. Go on, somebody answer. Why we venture into these kind of grammatical analysis, understanding i'rab and things like that? Why do we do that? Go on. Let somebody answer. Muhammad Fatin.
Yes,
Yeah, go on.
Ustad, there is difference between the translation of the Quran and the understanding in grammatical analysis. Through this approach, we go to the deep of the ayah, deep understanding.
Okay. No, I don't particularly mean grammatical analysis of ayah alone. In general, why we are basically trying to understand this i'rab and grammatical analysis? Why are we doing that? In general, what you said may be true to some extent, but that may be specific for the Quranic ayah. But in general, I mean, why should we understand the grammatical positions in any Arabic sentence? I mean, to start with, and then extend it to Quran. Why will that be? Why we are interested in doing this grammatical analysis? Give some answer. Let it be right, let it be wrong. No issues. Just give some answers.
Why do we have to understand the grammatical thing? to understand the why do we understand the grammatical thing of Arabic? To understand?
Yes.
To understand the language better and to understand the Quran as such better.
Yeah. So in general, I mean, I like that as a starting point better. See, the point here is why we are trying to do some kind of a grammatical analysis is to make sure that we have a good understanding or a proper understanding of the language, which means normally, like for example, Arabic native speakers, they don't normally engage into grammatical analysis because when they read it, they understand in most of the sentences. So when we read it and if we also understand it comfortably without any problem perfectly, then that means this analysis of grammatical thing is subconsciously happening inside without us noticing it, and we are able to understand it like we understand like English or Tamil or whatever. But when we are at the early stages of the language and or when we are trying to read some kind of a sentence which is a little bit heavy, or there may be potentially possibly multiple angles of looking at it, then to have a good grasp of the grammatical positions of different components of the sentence, which may help you to understand the meaning of the sentence precisely, or when there is doubt, this approach of or this capacity to analyze the sentence grammatically will help you to make sure that your understanding is correct. This is a general principle. So obviously, when you are very familiar with particular Arabic text in general, you can simply read, you can understand it, assuming that the understanding is really sharp. We are not talking about any approximate understanding. Approximate understanding we can get by, for example, word to word, classes or something. You can get very average understanding. Like for example, when we talk about the Quranic verses, we know that in Ramadan you have to fast, and Allah Subhanahu wa Taala has commanded us some kind of general things. So obviously you are not going to go wrong in that general idea, but precisely, sharply, what is the verse, what is the meaning of the verse, what it says, what can we understand. So this is one of the reason why the grammatical analysis or the capacity to have the ability to analyze a sentence grammatically is important. This is number one. Particularly when it comes to Quranic verses, obviously the grammatical analysis helps us to understand the deeper meaning and also multiple shades of possible meaning, and try to understand and appreciate some of the styles and approaches and usages. Maybe there is a bit of balaga later on, but at least it will facilitate us to have a little bit more deeper understanding, understanding different shades, different angles of it. So this is the reason why we are trying to do grammatical analysis. This is item number one. Now, before I get into Arab, I wanted to give you one general idea. Okay. For example, there is something called meaning. Okay. Okay. There are two things here. Can you see what I have written? There are two things I have written here. Can somebody tell me what they are? There is one called Arab, another one called meaning. So what is the relation between Arab and meaning? Can anyone tell quickly? Because we don't want to lose time. Relation between Arab and meaning.
Changes in Arab changes the meaning of the sentence.
Okay. Anything else you can say? Anything else? Which is a good explanation. I agree with that explanation. Anything else you can say? Okay, I'll give you a clue. Okay, I'll give you an interesting take on this. Basically, Arab determines the meaning, which is true. We all understand that, right?
Yes, sir.
But also the meaning determines the Arab. It is like a loop. We cannot make Arab if the meaning does not permit you. Meaning we cannot make Arab of sentences against, for example, logic, against common sense, against improper meaning. We cannot do that. So meaning should govern the limiting of Arab. Arab will govern the meaning. It is like a loop. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know how much you understood, but keep that in mind. We cannot randomly make any Arab and say I want to have a meaning like that. Because if understand general meaning does not permit you for that kind of an i'rab, then that i'rab will not be allowed. Similarly, different type of possible i'rab can only lead you to meaning. You cannot randomly have any meaning if you cannot have a possible i'rab that permit you for that meaning. So it is like a closed loop between them. And once we get into particularly the Quranic verses where there are multiple combinations are there, where people may be attempting to bring sometimes even, improper meanings, crazy meanings, whatever. So this kind of a loop is very important to understand the i'rab and its meaning, its association, and how one governs the other. So keep this on the side of your head. Don't think too much about it. Just keep it on the back of your head. It may help you sometimes when you are facing some different type of i'rab, some kind of a logic you can understand. Then there is another one interesting point that I was particularly keen in making sure you understand is something called mutaalliq of jar and majroor. Anybody who listened to the video can tell me what is this? What do I mean by that? Mutaalliq of jar majroor. Mutaalliq of majroor, yeah.
Yes, Ustad, Alhamdulillah, I repeated your class again. The Mutalik of jar majroor, because a jar majroor is something which is hanging. It needs to be connected to a verb.
Yeah, so basically the issue with the jar majroor needs to be always connected to a verb or something like a verb. It's a verb or like a verb. It should be connected to something. Based on that connection, only we can get the meaning. So we need to understand every jar majroor connected to which. It's a preposition. Jar majroor is like a preposition. It is in a simple way. It is a preposition, and what comes after preposition. That's jar majroor in Arabic. So even similarly, also any shibul jumla, which is called also jumla with dharf. Deeply speaking, even any maful bihi also you have to understand this a word which is a maful bihi or another maful is maful to which verb. If you have multiple verbs in a sentence, you need to know this is a maful bihi to which verb. If it is not properly understood, sometimes it's easy to understand because of the flow, you can understand it easily. But if you don't properly connect a jar majroor structure or a dharf structure or anything to its corresponding, like a verb or verb like entity, we cannot sharply get the meaning. This is a general principle, and I attempted to explain that in the intro video. So maybe you can go back now and watch the intro video to understand what you should have understood earlier. So having that beside keeping those things aside, now Bismillah Rahman Rahim, we will start with our verse at hand. Okay. Now what before we go forward, what is the relation between ayah and a sentence? The sentence, when I say sentence, I mean jumla mufida, a sentence which can be considered as a complete sentence. So what is the relation between ayah and sentence? Is one ayah equal to one sentence, or is one sentence equal to one ayah, or ayah can be lesser than a sentence, ayah can be greater than a sentence? What it is?
Ayah can
What is
be
the relation?
ayah can be more
There
than no
can
sentences combined.
Somebody please.
there can be many sentences in one ayah.
Okay, so what about vice versa? Can there be many ayah in one sentence?
Yes.
Okay, anyhow, I'm not going to ask an example now. Okay, so basically ayah is a different type of segmentation of the sentence based on the scholars, which is basically like a knuckle based on the recitation and all these things. So the ayah, demarcation of ayah was done by the Salaf, and then it was being transmitted to us. But in terms of relation between sentence and ayah, an ayah can have multiple sentence and multiple ayah can be in one sentence. Correct? For example, Ar-Rahman Allama al-Quran. So it is like two ayah. They are part of one sentence. Because Ar-Rahman will be like Mubtada, Allama al-Quran will be like Khabar, for example. So that we can understand these kind of possibilities. Now we will try to understand the first ayah. The screen is clear to you, right? You can see the screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, good. Now what we do, the first ayah, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu kutiba alaykumus siyamu kama kutiba alal ladhina min qablikum la'allakum tattaqun. Okay, so that's the ayah. So anybody can tell me the overall meaning, quick meaning of it?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Oh, you who believe, we have laid upon you Siam, we have obligated fasting upon you like how we obligated the previous generations.
La'allakum tattaqun.
If you are, if you fear Allah, that
Not if you, this is not conditional.
perhaps
you are
so
too
that you will
big.
have taqwa.
So that you can become
Muttaqin.
muttaqin. So you can, so that you can have taqwa. Okay, taqwa you can say piety, or protect yourself, or God fearing nature, whatever it is. Okay, so that is the meaning of this first verse. So now let me ask you, how much of from Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, if we try to break them into multiple possible sentences, so what will be the first sentence, what will be the second sentence, how many sentences we have? Can we try to demark them?
Yes, we can.
demarcation?
Ya
Okay, so-
ladina amanu is first sentence. And then
Okay.
kutiba alaikumus siyam is a second sentence.
I see,
Kama
okay.
kutiba ala ladina min qablikum is third sentence. Then
Okay.
the fourth sentence might be la'allakum tattaqun.
Okay, so far you are reasonably okay, but I have one question here. This kama kutiba ala ladina min qablikum, do you think this is a completely different sentence, or this sentence has something to do with this sentence in meaning point of view? Can you, if you look at the meaning, kutiba alaykumus siyamu means the fasting was decreed upon you like how it was decreed upon the people before you. So this like how it was decreed defines the way it is decreed to these people, correct? Don't you think so? Yeah, can you please answer? I don't know who was speaking to me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, go on, tell me. See, the point here is this verse, it says, Kutiba alaykum siyama kama kutiba ala ladina min qablikum. From a meaning point of view, just to think about it a little bit properly, the fasting is decreed upon you like how it was decreed upon the people before you. So this like how it was decreed upon the people before you describes the how-ness of the decree to you, correct? Yeah, can somebody give me an answer? Or you answer me in the chat, it's not a problem. Are you answering in the chat because I'm not watching the chat? Yes? Either answer in the chat or answer here because I need some response. That's why then only
Yes,
you'll
sir.
be engaged.
Yeah, kama means it connects the previous thing.
Yeah, so basically, so now we have to understand from the meaning and the way it is done, this kama should be somehow connected to this sentence. So kutiba alaykum siyama kama kutiba alaykum min qablikum is like one unit, like a sentence. La'allakum tattaqun can be separate sentence. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu can be one sentence. But there is a loose connection between them that is not a grammatical connection. This is like calling somebody and then giving them information. Okay, so basically this one sentence, another sentence, another sentence. So normally when we get into, before getting into Arab and start talking directly, yeah, this means harfunida, ayyuha, like this we keep on doing without understanding how what is the big picture, how it segregates, and what is the potential possibility of sentence. If you don't think from a top-down approach, then we will be lost. After doing all the Arab, we will have no clue about, I mean, what do we mean by that? Like for example, if somebody says, yeah, harfunida, ayyuha, that means munada, and then say it is mabni, fi mahalli nasb, for example. Alladina, like badal, amanu, sila, kutiba, fi'al majhul, alaykum, mutallik for kutiba, for example, as-siyam, naibun fa'il. So if you do like this continuously, what is lost in that? If you try to do that way?
The meaning is understanding loss.
meaning is lost and we don't know like which is a sentence and which one. Like for example, who is connected to whom, whether kutiba is connected to ya ayyuhalladhina amanu or ya ayyuhalladhina amanu is a separate thing and this is separate thing. We will not have a clue about that. So the most important thing is, as we started the discussion, that the grammatical analysis, Arab, whatever, should facilitate understanding of the sentence much more sharply. So we don't want to lose track of the understanding just because we know a lot of these Arab structures. So that is not the purpose of it. The purpose is to understand the structure more sharply. So you are with me on this? Is it clear what I'm trying to explain? Can you please respond in the chat? Please keep responding in the chat so that I keep watch on what's going on. Yeah, can you please respond in the chat? I want you to be engaged with the discussion.
Ustad, I understand you, Ustad, that we have to see the whole ayah connected so that it gives us the better meaning. But
Better
Ustad,
meaning.
like how you say that you do see, no, Ustad, like how you said, how we split and see the tarkib and then we connect it. You when you did also, you did connected the tarkib separately, but later we have to connect it. That is what you're saying, Ustad.
As a sentence, you mean?
Yes, Ustad.
See, the point is,
Yes, I understand.
I did not exactly get your question. You mean first we have to do Arab, then find the sentence? This is what you're trying to say?
I thought so. Yes, Ustad. That is what I'm asking. Yes, Ustad.
That's why I'm trying to give you a much more comfortable way of approaching it.
I didn't understand. That means you are saying no need to do like that separately, Ustad.
No, we will do. But we want to know, like, see, for example, let us say we have 3 people. Okay, one guy is from from America, one guy from Europe, and one guy from India. Okay. Yes, you have to be with me. Then only, yeah.
Yes, Ustad.
Okay, there are 3 people. First, we don't want to talk about this guy. So he's in street number 2, building number 3, and this Indian guy in building number 7, and European guy in building number 3. That means we will be lost. I mean, which guy is living where? We don't know. Correct?
Yes, Ustad. Yes.
So what I'm trying to do now is, first let us say this guy American. Okay, keep it here. He is in this continent. Khalas. Whatever we talk, it's in America. At least we should have that clarity. This guy in Europe, this guy in Chennai. Now that much should be clear. Then we have to understand which street and then which house number. You know, like that we have to go in deep. Also, we have to go into that level of detail. But
so you are saying it is vice versa, Ustad. First we will make the whole sentence, then we will go into split and see.
Better. It is better like that. It is better like that. And also one more thing. When we try to understand the sentence, for example, Kutiba alaykumus siyamu. If you don't look what is behind, what is after, for example, Kama Kutiba alaykum min qablikum, let's say you have not looked at it. If you look at Kutiba alaykumus siyamu only, is that a complete sentence?
Yes, Ustad.
It's a complete sentence.
Yes.
But the point is, if we say if the sentence ends here, if you say, for example, the sentence ends here, for example, then the point is, then when we read Kama Kutiba alaykum min qablikum, it is now a little bit hanging, correct?
Correct, Ustad. Correct.
So whenever we say a sentence is completing, it doesn't mean whatever we read gives full meaning. Also that the next one which we are going to read should be suitable for a separate sentence. If it is not suitable for separate sentence, may be potentially connected to the previous sentence. You understand my point?
Yes, Ustad.
This is the logic of waqf wal ibtida in terms of sentence structure. You know, there is a waqf wal ibtida in tajweed, right? There is something called waqf wal ibtida in tajweed. Do you know that? Any of you?
Yes, we know that.
Yeah.
Yes,
so
we know that.
Yeah, waqf wal ibtida, you cannot randomly stop somewhere and start somewhere.
Yeah.
Correct? So that stopping and stopping should be reasonable with respect to meaning point of view and also based on the different markation. So one of them is meaning. When we talk about a sentence waqful ibtida, I don't mean waqful ibtida of tajweed, but this waqful ibtida also has a role there. Okay, so don't confuse that. When we say here waqf, meaning end of one sentence, and ibtida of another sentence, not only the first sentence should be proper, but the starting of the next sentence should be suitable also for a next sentence. If it is not suitable, you have to keep connecting to the previous sentence until the sentence completes, so that you are comfortably able to start a new sentence. So until you are not able to start a new sentence, you have to assume the first sentence did not complete, and you have to find the connection between them. Is this a good clue?
Alhamdulillah, sir.
Okay. So now we start. So this is one thing. Now let us go to this. We will try to do for two ayah and then try to do the analysis and then we go forward. Then here, can somebody read the ayah number 2? Ayyama ma'dudat faman kana minkum maridan aw ala safarin fa iddatu min ayyamin ukhar wa ala alladhina yutiqunahu fidyatun ta'amu miskin faman tatawwa khairan fahuwa khairul lahu wa an tasumu khairul lakum in kuntum ta'lamun. Okay, the meaning of it, and then let's try to understand how we can split them. Okay, a volunteer, quickly, please.
Shall we do it?
Who
Ayyam
wanted?
ma'mur.
Yeah, who
Do
want
you
to do
want the translation or to read it?
first translation so that you understand generally the translation and then
Okay, I can translate. That's fine.
okay.
Ayyaman Madudat, just a few days, for
Okay.
months. So whoever kana, he was minkum, from you all, maridan, sick, or Allah upon, suffering,
don't
travel.
excuse me, please don't go by word translation. Try to
Okay.
give like a flowing translation, like a flowing
Okay,
translation.
Ayyaman Madudat, just only a few days. So
Okay.
whoever from you all is sick or is upon a travel, then he should make up with similar days later. And
Okay.
upon those who fast with difficulty, then he has to give fidya of feeding miskin, the poor. And
Okay.
then who does voluntarily more, then it is
Okay.
better for him. And
Okay.
that you fast, it's better for you all if you all know.
Very good. The translation is generally good. Now let us try to understand who want to volunteer now. What it will be a portion, a sentence or a portion which is separate. How to segregate. So can somebody try?
Ayyama ma'dudat is first sentence. Then faman kana minkum marida is second sentence. Then aw ala safarin is third sentence. Then fa'iddatum min ayyamin ukhar is fourth. Wa ala alladhina yutiqunahu is the other sentence.
No, we are not going right.
No. Yeah, that's right.
Like
What
for
you're
example,
telling.
I will tell you for
Wa ala
example.
alladhina yutiqunahu fidyatun ta'amu miskin is
For example, au ala suffering. This au already means something and it's connecting somewhere.
yeah.
Plus suffering is a
Faman
simple jar.
kana minkum maridan aw ala safarin. That becomes one sentence. Then fa'iddatum min ayyamin ukhar is one sentence. Wa ala alladhina yutiqunahu fidyatun
Hold on a second.
ta'amin.
Wait. Let me try to follow you. Okay. Ayyaman madudat. Faman kana minkum maridan aw ala safarin is one sentence, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fa'iddatum min ayyamin ukhar is the third sentence. Then wa ala alladhina yutiqunahu fidyatun ta'amu miskin is the other one. Faman tatawwa'a khairan fahuwa khairan lahu is other one. Then wa an tasumu khairul lakum is one more. In kuntum wa an tasumu khairul lakum in kuntum ta'lamun is the other one.
Okay. Anybody else want to agree, disagree, or any correction?
Yes, Ustad. The first sentence itself, Ayyam and Maududat, is not complete. It seems to be connected to the previous one.
Okay,
describe this.
no problem. But at least it's not connected after. So from that angle, we stop here. Then I will explain to you what it means. But definitely, it is not connected after. Either it is connected before or it is somehow.
Ayyamu Madudat is Allah Ta'ala telling that these are the countable days.
One second. Now, don't get into explanation. Now let's try to understand the structure. Ayyam and Madudat is not connected after it. So on that basis, we can stop it and start the next sentence. So that much we are clear. Okay. We will try to understand what it is later on. Now, out of the remaining, do you agree or anybody want to have a different idea?
I feel it has to be together. فَمَنْ كَانَ مِنْكُمْ مَرِيضًا أَوْ عَلَى سَفَرٍ فَعِدَّةٌ مِنْ أَيَّامٍ أُخَرَ can be one sentence together.
Why you are saying that?
Because it doesn't make complete a sentence or meaning. So whoever is upon, whoever is sick or upon travel, it stops there. So it doesn't complete a meaning, I feel.
There is a condition started, the condition did not end. It's individually it could be a sentence, but overall, if we are, because there are multiple Arab, at least one Arab is conditional. So if you are having a conditional i'rab, that means whoever, that means if we have a condition, whoever is sick or on travel, and then it stops. That means the sentence, the jawab of the condition is not complete. Right?
Yeah.
So that way we can agree that this whole thing should be 1 unit. Okay. We can keep this as some unit. So these two we will try to analyze now further. So this big picture understanding, why we have to look at it and try to have some kind of a sense of it, does it give you a level of comfort to start approaching further? Do you think so far whatever we have done is something beneficial for you? Can you respond me to be in chat?
Alhamdulillah, Ustad.
Compared to maybe some other, I don't know whether you have attended to any other grammatical or Arab classes, but normally when they start Arab, by this time they would have talked about a lot of rough, nasb, jar and many things. But we are trying to approach it so that it facilitates understanding. So did you feel this approach so far is giving us some kind of clarity?
Alhamdulillah, Ustad. Alhamdulillah.
But can you please respond in chat, because chat only 2 people are responding. We have 38 people sitting here. So at least 50% people should respond. Still more. Okay, good. Very nice. Now what we do, we will try to go on and explain the other grammatical structures of the sentence. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. This ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, normally when we say ya, this ya is called harfun nida. Okay. So that means munada, that whoever we are calling or whatever we are calling, that munada is always in nasb, because of the understanding that the ya represents a verb, which is like adu'u. Adu'u means I call upon you. I call, for example. Adu'uka, that means I call upon you. Okay, adu'u Muhammadan, that means I call Muhammad. So that means whatever is munada is technically like what? Like what to adu?
Maf'ul.
Yeah, it's like maf'ul bihi. And maf'ul bihi for adu'u is Muhammad. Like adu'u Muhammadan is like maf'ul bihi. That is why even though ya is like a harf, it is standing in the place of the equivalent of the verb like adu'u. That is why munada is technically like maf'ul bihi. That is why it is in the position of nasb. But there is a rule for ya, when you have ya, and the munada, if it is like a single word like Muhammad, Yusuf, something like that, or like Rajul, Walad, something like that, you have to make it mabni on dhamma, and it is in the position of nasb. For example, you cannot say ya Muhammadan. You have to say ya Muhammadu, ya Yusufu, ya Aishatu. Meaning the Aisha, the word ya Muhammadu, the word is in nasb, but it is mabni upon dhamma. That's a style that is followed by the Arabic people, Arabic language. But when you have the munada like al, with al, or it has asmaul mawsula like alladhi, allati, whatever, then you have to add another thing called ayyuha. First you have to say ya ayyuha, and then you have to make alladhi, whatever it is, as a badal to it. So in that sense, here what will happen? Yeah, this is harfun nida. This ayyuha is basically munada. So this ayyu is mabni, and also it is nasb. Then this alladhina amanu, technically, actually alladhina is alone considered as badal, but we are going to consider them like unit. So alladhina amanu is one unit, which is sila and mawsul. Mawsul and sila together, we can say this is badal to ayyuha. That means basically you are calling the people who are believers. When you have the munada with alladhi or al, for example, ya ayyatuhan, if it is feminine, you call it with ayyatuha. If it is masculine, ayyuha. Ya ayyuhan nabi, because the nabi is an-nabi. Okay. If it is a single word, you can say ya Muhammadu, for example, ya Yusufu. Here, ya ayyatuhan nafs, that means feminine. Ya ayyuhan nabi, because al is there. Here, alladhina. So, ya ayyuha alladhina amanu. So, the ayyuha should come as munada first. Then, whatever we are calling with alladhi, with al, whatever it is, should be considered as a badal to it. In effect, in an understanding point of view, this alladhina amanu is technically like the munada, because they are the people who are called upon. This is okay, clear? So far? Okay, please give me some response in the chat so that, because I don't want to go too much deep into discussions which is will not be.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah.
Just one small doubt I have.
Yes.
So, Ya is for any name. Ya Musa, Ya Isa.
Yeah.
It come like
Yes.
that.
Yes.
It means it's for a singular that Ya is used.
No. Ya is not singular. Here it's plural. Alladhina amanu is plural, right?
Yeah, no. Ya Ayyuha it's coming, right? Ya
Yeah.
Muhammad, but Ya Ayyuha alladhina amanu, it's a plural.
Not necessary. For singular
Not,
also,
right?
yani for example, you can call, for example, Ya Mu'minun, for example, if you have something like that, Ya Mu'minu, Ya Mu'minu al-Hind, for example.
But
People of Hind.
Ya can come for singular
Yeah,
as
anything.
well as plural, but
Yeah,
usually even Ya Ayyuha can come for singular, right? Because it comes.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Ya Ayyuhan Nabi is
Yeah,
singular.
Yeah, saying nafs is a singular only they are calling, right?
Yes.
Ya ayyatuhan nafsul mutmainna,
Yes.
like that. So.
Yes.
Okay.
No problem.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
Yuhan
Ya
Nabiyu
is,
also is there.
yeah, what is that?
Yeah, Yuhan Nabiyu is also there.
Yeah. That's
It's
the,
for
as I
singular.
told you. Yes.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, there is no problem with ya. You can easily use everywhere, wherever you want to use. But only thing is, if the munada comes with al or alladhi, you have to use ya ayyuha or ayyatuha, like that. But anyhow, we don't want to get too much into the grammatical thing, because I am assuming the people who are here have some grammatical background, okay? Because otherwise we will never finish even one verse. So I will not get too deep into the basis of grammar, because just to tell you, inshallah, after maybe 2 to 3 months, we are going to start a gateway to Arabic excellence. This is my class in English language. So this is the first time I'm starting in English language, because Tamil language we have completed 2 levels and they are going to 3rd level. So English language, this is an opportunity we are starting with this unique style of approach. So whoever is interested, please be watchful of the information that will come in our channels. Okay. All right. So ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. Alladhina amanu is also very simple. Alladhina is ismul mawsul. Amanu is sila, because the sila should always be a sentence. So amanu is actually a full sentence. Because it has a fi'l and a fa'il. Fa'il is the wa'ul jama'a, plural. So O people who believe. So O believers. O those who you believe, like that. So this ya ayyuhalladhina amanu I think is sufficient. Now the point is kutiba alaykum siyamu kama kutiba alal ladina min qablikum. So this kama kutiba alal ladina is one unit, correct? Kama kutiba alal ladina min qablikum is one piece, correct? Yes. Kama kutiba alal ladina is one unit.
Yeah. Yes.
And asiyamu is one piece, alaykum is one piece, kutiba is one piece, like that. So that much we can generally think. The kama kutiba, so this kama kutiba alal ladina min qablikum is totally what it is in total. If I have to say the whole thing is something, what can I say about that?
It is looking like a phrase only, right, Ustad?
A phrase, but what kind of phrase?
Like,
It looks like a jumla failure.
No.
Failure.
That's
Not jumla.
just a phrase.
That's a phrase. Murakkab.
It's a jar majroor.
It is a jar majroor. Simple, because ka is harful jar. This is jar. Then rest ma kutiba alal ladina min qablikum is majroor. So basically it's a jar majroor phrase. Okay. As a full phrase. Inside the phrase there is explanation. There is no problem with that. Now the kutiba alaykum siyamu, what kind of sentence is this? Kutiba alaykum siyamu, what kind of sentence is this? Kutiba alaykum siyamu kama kutiba alal ladina min qablikum. Jumla fi'liya, very good. So this jumla, this kutiba is what kind of a verb that is?
Passive.
Passive verb.
It's a majhul, right? It's a
Majhul.
majhul. Yeah, majhul. So it's a passive verb. So that means
Majhul mazi.
yeah, if we have a passive verb, what should I look for? Kutiba, that means anytime there is a verb, this is a clue.
You will find.
Fa'il
One second.
is,
Yeah, one second. One second.
maf'ul.
One second. Let me complete. Whenever you have a verb in a verbal sentence, first thing you should try to locate is its file. Okay. Then rest of the things will follow smoothly. First, we need to identify where the file is so that we can understand and keep moving. So kutiba is a fi'l mabniyun lil majhul. You
Majhul.
can say
Majhul,
okay. So
yeah.
passive verb. Then what should I look for in the place of file? What
Naibul
kind of?
fa'il.
Yeah. So I should look for naibul file. So naibul file, which one is naibul file here? The one which is a
As-siyam.
rafu, right? Yeah, asiyamu. So that means the fasting is decreed. That's what it means. Kutiba alaikum. Kutiba siyamu. Alaikum means what? Upon you. So alaikum is again a jar majrur, but alaikum is connected to kutiba. That means it is decreed upon you. Okay. What is decreed upon you? As-siyam. So kutiba alaikum siyamu means fasting is decreed upon you. So it has a complete meaning. Now here, kama kutiba alal ladina min qablikum, here ma, you can say ma is mausula. There are multiple ways of doing it. I'm going in one particular way. Ma is mausula. Then after mausula we have sila. What is the sila here? After the ma, what is the sila?
Kutiba ala alladhina min qablikum.
Kutiba ala ladina min qablikum totally is sila. So the kutiba again is fi'l yani majhul. There is a huwa that goes to ma. Whatever is being written, something like that. Kutiba ala alladhina min qablikum is jar majrur, and that ala alladhina min qablikum is connected to kutiba. Here kutiba alaikum. Instead of the kum, here you have alladhina min qablikum. The whole thing. It's in the place of kum. Correct? Can you follow what I'm saying right now so far? Can you please keep some response in the chat? Only one. I need few responses every time asking a question.
Kindly repeat, Ustad.
This kutiba is the this kutiba is the fi'al. Here you see kutiba, there is alaikum is muta'alliq to kutiba. Alaikum is connected to kutiba. That means decreed or written, you can say, if you want to have a literal meaning, written upon you. As-siyam. Fasting is written upon you. That's the meaning of kutiba alaikum siyam. Correct?
Yes, Ustad.
So similarly, instead of this alaikum, here you have kutiba equal to this alaikum. What is here in this sentence, the other sentence?
Alalladhina min qablikum.
Alalladhina min qablikum. So alalladhina min qablikum, the whole thing is almost equal to this alaikum. Yes?
Yes, Ustad.
So this is here again a jar majrur. Ala is harful jar. Alladhina min qablikum is majrur.
Yes, Ustad.
This majrur is technically a mausul sila, which has alladhina ismul mausul. Min qablikum. Min qablikum is jar majrur, but the point is jar majrur alone cannot be a sentence. So they say alladhina, it has a fi'l mahdoof. Can you please mute the people who are not speaking, please? Admin, can you please mute everybody unless somebody wants to talk? Let them raise their hand and we will ask them. We'll permit them to unmute. Okay. So kutiba ala alladhina min qablikum, which means alladhina min qablikum. So alladhina, after alladhina we have only a shibul jumla, which is min qablikum. So min qablikum alone is not a full sentence. I mean in principle. So they say there is a fi'l called kanu. Alladhina kanu min qablikum. The kanu is mahdoof and this min qablikum is muta'alliq to this kanu. And by that this kanu min qablikum together is sila to alladhina, and alladhina kanu min qablikum together forms majrur to ala. Then ala alladhina min qablikum together jar majrur muta'alliq to kutiba. Which means like what was written upon those before you. That's what it means. So far clear how the structure works? Any questions so far in this piece so far? Anybody have a question? Please raise your hand, then we'll give you, we'll open you. Or you can, if you have a quick question, you can put in the chat too. Okay, it's clear? Okay. So now the point here is this kama kutiba ala alladhina is a jar majrur. So where is this connected? Can you guess? Can anybody guess where it can be connected to? Kama kutiba ala alladhina min qablikum is connected to what?
يا أيها
يا أيها
الذين
الذين
آمنوا
آمنوا
كتب عليكم الصيام.
No, not
To
ya ayyuha
the
alladhina amanu.
fail kutiba.
Yeah, it should be connected to somehow it is connected to kutiba. Correct? But it is connected to kutiba somehow. But the point is, what kind of connection is that? There is a lot of discussion about this. I don't want to get too much complicated into this. This kutiba explains how it is written, correct? It is written like how it was written for other people. So it is about the howness of the decree. So how is what kind of a maful that will be? What maful describes the how nature?
مفعول مطلق.
Maful mutlaq. So technically what the scholars say, it is kutiba alaykum siyamu katban kama kutiba alal ladina. Katban is like one of the maful of kataba. So it is written like how it was written. So this is connected to maful mutlaq of kutiba. That much you know now. There are so many other shades also. They say it is also connected to siyam in a particular way. Then the fasting is written for you like how the fasting was written for them, or like the type of fasting written for them. So there are different shades that will come. If it talks about fasting, fasting is written for you like the fasting of the people before you. You see, this is the meaning. Or it is commanded for you like it was commanded for them, meaning the farl for them, farl for you, something like that. Or the type of fasting for them, type of fasting for you. So depending on how it is connected, the meaning changes. Can you understand how the shade of meaning varies the way I explained?
Yes, Ustad, but actually it is not the command is being spoken, or the command is the fasting, right?
What is that? Can you say it again?
It is not speaking about the decree. It is speaking about the decree of fasting. No, so can we see the decree alone separately?
Decree is kutiba.
Kutiba, that is what Ustad, you were saying that one more shade is talking about the siyam. Actually, it is the siyam only.
Kutiba alaykum siyamu mumathilatan kama kutiba. So it can come hal of siyam, like that they can connect.
Don't get
the fasting is decreed upon you like the type of fasting that was decreed for the people before. That may be one angle of doing it. But the way we try to explain to you is, it is decreed like how it was decreed for the people before. So I told you two different ways now.
Both seem to be the same, but
not the same. The fasting that was written for you is like the fasting for the people before. This is one meaning.
Oh.
If not the decree of
one second. Please listen. Okay. One is the fasting that was decreed. One second. The fasting that was decreed for you is like the fasting decreed for you. This is one meaning. Okay? Can everybody please mute? Zoom user, I don't know who that is. Okay. So who was talking to me? Can you please come online?
Yes, Ustad.
Okay. There are two things. One is the fasting that was written for you is like the fasting written for other people. So it is about the fasting. The type of fasting that like.
This is what I can understand.
Yeah, second one. Fasting was commanded to you like it was commanded, meaning it was farl for them, it's farl for you. You understand?
No, sir, I'm not getting the second one.
For example, maybe fasting was optional for them, it is farl for you. It's two different things. You got it or you did not get?
No, Ustad.
For example, fasting is farl for you, and other people fasting is sunnah. So it is two different type of command, isn't it?
Yes, Ustad, but how is it coming here? I didn't understand.
That's why I'm saying it is commanded for them as a fard, and like how it is commanded for you also like fard. So it is one type, one comparison. You understand the point? It was commanded for them like fard, so it is also commanded for you like fard. That is one comparison.
This is the one I can understand.
Okay, other one, the type of fasting is like the type that was commanded for them. Maybe they have to fast also from morning to evening. You also fast from morning to evening, like that. You understand?
Oh, so there are two. So how will we understand which one, Ustad?
All possibilities are there.
Okay. Okay.
That is why but at least you understood the difference, you know.
Yes, Ustad. One is telling the way of fasting. One more is talking that the command, it was for.
Yes. So that is why there are still few more ways, but that's why I don't want to get into all those ways. But I want you to at least appreciate that these possibilities come So far, we have not understood such a possibility is there, correct? But now when we get into some analysis, we know there are some shades of possibility available. Either it talks about the type of fasting, meaning how the fasting is done, or the requirement of the command of fasting, whether it is fard or fard, whatever the possibility. So these multiple shades are available in the meaning. The one which I explained to you, kutiba alaikum siyamu, connecting to maful mutlaq of kutiba, is the way it is commanded. Kutiba alaikum siyamu, like how it was commanded to them. So it's also commanded to you the same way. So this is one shade of meaning. So now you can appreciate how the analysis gives you some different shades of possible meaning.
Yes, Ustad.
And okay, then the last sentence is la'allakum tattakun. What is this la'alla? Can you tell me what is this la'alla? Do you remember? What kind of sentence is this la'allakum tattakun? Somebody?
Tamanni.
What kind of sentence?
Tamanni, the one that expresses hope. Tamanni.
No. When we take type of sentence, we have to only two answers are there. You have to give one of the answer from two answers. What type of sentence? If when I ask you, you have to give the two answers.
Like
What is that?
inna la'alla.
Jumla
Jumla
ismiya.
ismiya.
Yeah, but jumla ismiya, but
Mansukha.
it comes also with the la'alla. That means they say jumla ismiya mansukha or jumla ismiya which was connected with la'alla. Correct? La'alla is like a harf mushabbah bil fi'l, like inna, anna, kanna, lakinna, layta, la'alla. Like that. You have the list, right? So la'alla, that means when you have la'alla, what else you should look for in the sentence?
Ismu la'alla.
Ismu la'alla.
Khabaru la'alla.
What is ismu la'alla here? What is ismu la'alla here?
That is mustatir.
No, this kum, the one is attached pronoun. La'allakum, ismu la'alla. Tattakun is khabar la'alla, which is what?
Khabar.
Tattakun is what? Khabar la'alla. And what kind of sentence is that? Is that a sentence or a word?
Fi'liya. Jumla fi'liya.
Yeah, it's a sentence, it's a jumla fi'liya. So la'allakum tattakun. So tattakun is khabar la'alla, which is a sentence, and it has a fi'l file. And the meaning of that word is so that you may become pious. It's like that's what somebody was explaining. It is like hope. So la'allakum is like expressing hope. So if you follow this, you will become pious. So that you can become pious. So this sentence normally when it comes like la'allakum tattakun, sometimes they try to connect to previous sentence and make it very complex sentence. But for us to have a simple understanding, also they do this as a jumla isti'nafiya. Whenever I use the word isti'nafiya, is isti'nafiya, like that. Isti'nafiya means a sentence which is a new sentence. Okay. So ya ayyuhalladhina amanu is one sentence. Kutiba alaykum siyama kama kutiba alayhim min qablikum is jumla isti'nafiya, separate sentence. La'allakum tattakun, they say it is jumla ta'liliya. That means a sentence which gives reason and cause. So why you have to fast? The reason is so that you become tattakun. So this sentence stands on its own. This is one of the standard analysis. I think that suits us better because we want to have simple sentences broken up is more easy for us. So la'allakum tattakun, wherever it comes, la'allakum tashkurun, la'allakum tattakun, la'allakum tahtadun, whatever it is, we can consider them to be separate sentence and say that sentence is jumla ta'liliya. We are looking for ismu la'alla, khabar la'alla. So it's basically jumla ismiya. So this is the analysis for the first verse. So anybody has any question on this first verse? And did you understand it properly? And any questions?
Ustad,
Tamima, you have...
Yes, Ustad. Tattakun itself is jumla fi'liya, Ustad.
Yes. Any fi'l is a jumla fi'liya. There is fi'l does not come alone. You see
Okay.
a fi'l, it is a jumla.
Okay, sir.
Because fi'l means always there is a file. Fi'l file means jumla finished almost.
Okay, sir.
So you will never have a fi'l like one word. One word means it should be some kind of a ism.
Yes, Ustad.
You can never have fi'l means it's only sentence.
Okay.
So that's a basic rule. I think it's part of our understanding of grammar. Jumla, any fi'l is a sentence. So because in tattakuna, what all you have in tattakuna, Tamima? You have fi'l and also what do you have?
File.
File. So you don't have a word now.
Yes, Ustad.
Because the waw here is a file, right? The wawul jama is file.
Yes, Ustad.
Okay, so obviously it's a sentence. Okay. Any questions, anybody? Or can we move forward? So can you please at least, no question, can you say no question or something? No, at least something, chat, because I want the chat to be active. I hope I don't want you to be sleeping or something. Only one said move forward. What about other people? I need little bit more active participation. If you say no means no questions, I will move forward. Aisha, Tasnim, revise please means if you have to ask me a question, Aisha, if you want a specific question. Because full revision may not be beneficial everywhere. You have a question, Aisha, Tasnim, you have a specific question, you can ask me. Okay. Because revise means we cannot go to next sentence, that's why. If you have a specific question, ask me, because revision means you have to maybe listen to the recording or something. Okay, so I'll keep moving forward. Okay. Now, do we want to take a small break, or we are good? Anybody want to take a break for 10 minutes, or we are good to go? Admin, what's our idea? Okay, we can keep moving. Okay. There's only one asking break. How many people want to break? If people don't want to have a break, very few people, then I will keep moving. Okay, people want to go forward. Okay. So other people have to little bit manage. Okay. Bismillah. Okay, all right. Okay. Now we go to this verse. This ayyam and ma'dudat. So technically ayyam and ma'dudat doesn't look like a sentence. It looks like a part of some sentence, correct?
Yes, Ustad.
Okay, so there are multiple ways people are doing it, and one of the ways is this ayyam and ma'dudat is also connected to something before and all these things. But we want to have one of the simple analysis by the scholars. We will go with that analysis. That analysis is that it basically talks about siyam. They say then you have to have something taqdeer, which is sumu. Sumu, what is the meaning of sumu? What is the meaning of sumu?
It looks like an Amar order. You all
It is an
fast.
order. It is order. So you all fast. Then with the verb sumu, this ayyam and ma'dudat is linked with this verb sumu as what? Sumu, please, whoever is not talking, can you please keep it on mute? Who is talking now? Abbas or Safiyama? Who is the one explaining sumu? Who was explaining sumu? Please come forward. I did not
I
pay
was the
attention.
one who told Sumo.
Okay. So be there. You be there. Okay. Sumu is FL Amr, correct?
Yeah.
So they say this sumu is in taqdeer. That means this is understood that there is something called sumu, and this ayyam and ma'dudat is connected to sumu. So how this ayyam and ma'dudat connected to sumu? Can you guess?
Sumo, Ayyam, and Madhudat. It looks, is it Maful B or something? I'm not sure. Sumo is an order, so it is Maful is the person, other people, right?
No. Sumu, no. Sumu, that means that is file. You do, that is the meaning, right?
Yeah.
So the person to whom command gone is the file.
Yeah.
Sumu manahu antum, you people.
Yes.
So antum is like the file. Okay, so that what comes after is some kind of a maful. That let us agree it is it's some kind of maful. So
Yeah.
she said maful bihi. Can you think about it? Can it be maful bihi or could be something else?
Or Maful Mutlaq is Hal, so that is also not there. And yeah.
No, one of the simple ideas is when it talks about time, automatically we can think something.
Is Zarf?
Is larf or maful fihi?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I don't know so much grammar. Whatever I knew, I told you already.
No problem. Okay, fine. So that is what. So basically, sumu ayyama madudat. So this is like a maful fihi to this taqdeer, which is to be understood verb inside based on the context. The scholars say you have the there is an inherent meaning of sumu, like a command. You all fast a limited number of periods. Ayyam and madudat, what kind of a structure is that? It's a nasb, we know that. Ayyaman is plural and madudat is what? This ayyam and madudat, what?
Sifa and Mausuf.
Sifa and mausuf. So ayyaman is mausuf and maududat is sifa. So but maududat is in like kasr. Here ayyaman is nasb. How that is? So maududat is because maududat is basically jammul muannath is salim. So the nasb position is maududatin. It comes with kasr. That is the nasb position for this type of word. So ayyaman is also nasb, madudatin is also nasb, but it is reflecting its nasb by the kasr, by kasra. Okay, are we clear? So this is about ayyam and madudat. So ayyam and madudat we understood it's separate, but we don't know how it was connected. So the scholars come and tell us the tafsir and Arab scholars, there is this understanding of sumu there. Somebody say kutiba alayka siyama kama kutiba alayna min qablikum ayyam and madudat. So this can be connected to that kutiba also in a way, so that for a limited number of period is what it was written. So that those are all discussions that is available. Okay. So now next sentence is faman kana minkum maridan aw ala safarin fa iddatum min ayyamin ukhar. That's one sentence as we understood, right? So let me see if I can. Okay. So I took this sentence separately so that we can analyze them separately. Okay. So here, faman kana minkum, this is the same sentence. Okay, we are looking at the same sentence. Faman kana minkum maridan aw ala safarin fa iddatum min ayyamin ukhar. So this fa is because it's not directly connected to anything. They say this kind of fa or wow when it comes. Actually, there is somebody waiting, so you can admit them. Okay, right. So this fa, if it's not directly connected and makes a proper meaning, this fa can be starting of a sentence. So this kind of fa or wow that comes in the beginning of sentence, not directly like an atuf or anything else, then it is called the harful istinafiya. That means indicates the beginning of a sentence. So that is what that means. So this is indicating beginning of a sentence. So then here we have a sentence, man kana minkum maridan aw ala safarin fa iddatu min ayyamin ukhar. So again this we understand that this is like a jumla. What kind of a sentence this is? This is like a jumla shartiya. That means man is adatu shart. Kana minkum maridan aw ala safarin. This whole thing is jumla tu shart. This is basically, once again. Okay. All right. So this is basically shart. Okay. This is basically shart. Jumla to shart. Then fa'iddatu min ayyamin ukhar. What is that? Anybody know?
Jawabu shart.
Yeah, this is basically jawabu shart. Jawabu shart. And jawabu shart, when normally if it comes like a jumla ismiya, most of the time it comes with fa, starts with the fa. So that is an indication also as that it is a jawabu shart. So there is a condition and there is an answer. There are two things. If the first thing is fulfilled, then the second should be fulfilled, or second need to be done if the first condition is satisfied. Okay, so if the first condition is satisfied, that is a conditional sentence, right? Don't get confused with that. We are familiar with conditional sentence, isn't it? Yes or no?
Yes, Ustad.
So can you give me a conditional sentence in Tamil, for example? Exam time la or nalla sentence solunga, conditional sentence. யாரா சொல்லுங்க
தேர்வில் வெற்றி பெற வேண்டும் என்றால் கடின முயற்சி செய்ய வேண்டும்.
அச்சா அது ஓகே தான், மாத்தி சொல்லுங்க அதை.
If you don't study well for exams, you will fail.
மாத்தி கொஞ்சம் பாசிட்டிவா சொல்லுங்களேன்.
If you study well for exams, you will pass.
Yes, for example, if you study well for exams, you will pass. So the pass it happens if the first one fulfilled, which is studying well, correct? If you listen carefully, you will understand the class. Okay, so in this kind of sentence is comfortable. We are very familiar with this sentence. The sentence, we have a first part which is condition, which is almost like a sentence, and there is another part which is the result, what will happen. So that is called a jawab shart. So understanding this as a concept, is there a problem? Anybody? Can you please respond in chat quickly? I think you should have no problem. Quick. No problem. Only 2 people have no problem. What about the other 3 people? 4. Please keep responding, because I don't want to be the only one active here. I want you also to be active somehow. 5. I really find it difficult to do that. I need few more people responding. Because if you are attending the class, you have a responsibility to respond. Okay. Right. So this is the structure of a Jumla Shartiya. So here Jumla Shartiya, it has a Adatu Shart. In this case, it is a ism and it is man, whoever, something like that. Okay, then the sentence. So this is the Adatu Shart, and also it is Jasima. That means the first, the sentence, Shart sentence, Jawab sentence, everything will be, in terms of position, it is the position of Jazm, because this Jawab, this Adatu Shart makes them Jazm. And also this is, there is one more deeper grammar. They say this man, even though it is also Adatu Shart, it's also Mubtada, and the rest of the whole thing is called Khabar. This whole thing will be Khabar. Okay. This is like Mubtada. Okay. So keep it in mind. I don't get confused with that, but let us get into the sentence. Here you see, Kana minkum maridan aw ala safarin. Kana minkum maridan aw ala safarin. So here, this minkum, okay, what do you think it is connected to? This minkum is talking about what? And also, what is the ism of Kana? Can you first guess what is the ism of Kana? Anybody, quick.
It's Zamir Mustatir. Huwa?
Okay, it is Damir Mustatir. Okay, so Huwa is the ism of Kana. So now remember, there is an ism of Kana also here. So then here, this minkum is connected to what? Is it connected to Kana or Huwa or what?
I think it's Khabaru Kana.
No, not Khabar Kana. Khabar, it's not connected to Khabar Kana. Because Maridan minkum means does not give you clear clarity there.
It's connected to the who is that?
It is connected to Huwa. It is basically connected to Huwa because of one simple reason, that it cannot be connected to Kana. Can anybody say why it cannot be connected to Kana? Ummu Muhammad. It's not Kana. Why it cannot be Kana? So what is actually a Kana sentence in principle? What was it before the Kana came into the sentence? What was the sentence before Kana came in?
Jumla Shartiya.
No. We are talking about the Kana sentence only here. Any Kana sentence is originally what sentence that is?
It was a present tense, now it is a past. Wow, Kana means was.
When I say type of sentence, you have to give me Jumla Ismiya, Jumla Fi'liya.
Jumla Ismiya.
Jumla
So
Ismiya.
technically it was a Jumla Ismiya before, correct? And Kana came later on and connected. This is the basic idea of the Kana sentence. So here the minkum was before or it came after Kana came?
It was before Kana.
It was before Kana. So that means definitely the minkum cannot be connecting to Kana. You understand why and the explanation I'm giving you?
Yes.
Minkum must be connecting to something else because Kana came later. So it is nothing to do with Kana. So that means because of this basic understanding, this minkum is somehow connected to Huwa. But the point is
Maridan Khabaru Kana.
Maridan Khabaru Kana, exactly. So Maridan and Aw ala Safarin is all Khabar Kana. So Kana Huwa. For example, simply say minkum. Let's say there is no minkum. For example, there is a sentence here. If you see below, okay, so see here this sentence. This sentence. Did you see this sentence? See here, let me take this sentence also. This is in the next ayah. Okay, I'm going to put that sentence here. That sentence in next ayah. What this is the next sentence ayah. Woman kana maridan aw ala safarin. What is missing here? The minkum is not here. Sai? Yes?
Yes, Ustad.
Yeah. So that means this also a complete sentence. So here he say, those of you, the one who is among you. So particularly this talks about our ummah. You can say something like that because the comment came to us. Among your ummah, if there is someone who is marid or on travel, then this is the condition. In the next step, because maybe that is talked about earlier, here simply say whoever is sick. That's it. Clear? So this is the same sentence. So there is a minkum is only extra. So the minkum is connected to what? The minkum is connected to huwa. So how it is connected to huwa? There is a rule. I don't know if anybody heard about it. If there is a jar majroor that is connected to a ism, and if the ism happen to be nakira, then the jar majroor will be sifa. If the ism happen to be marifa, then the jar majroor will be hal. Anybody heard this rule? Anybody know about this?
Please repeat.
If I have a ism, if I have a ism, okay, ism, basically I have an ism. Ism. The ism can be nakira marifa, correct?
Yes, Ustad.
I have a nakira ism, and after that there is a jar majroor. Jar majroor. And this jar majroor looks like it is connected to the ism. Somehow there is a relation between the ism and jar majroor. This is you understood from the context, like here. Somehow this jar majroor is related to this nakira. This ism, for example. Similarly, the sentence could be, the ism could be marifa too, correct?
Yes, Ustad.
Can be marifa too. And there is a jar majroor, and you understand that jar majroor cannot connect to a fi'l, cannot connect to anything else. Looks like this jar majroor has some relation with this word. Then this jar majroor will be, if it is after nakira, it will be sifa. After nakira, it will be sifa. What I am trying to tell you is a little bit advanced grammar, but inshallah, if you study properly in a structured way, you can easily understand this kind of grammar. And after marifa, it will be hal. Okay, so I don't want to elaborate more here. This is basically an idea. So now the point
Ustad,
is,
can you just bring it down, Ustad? What you just showed. Sorry, Ustad.
I don't want to. Let us not get too much deep, because then the whole class will be about this now. So just an idea. So you need to, refresh your grammar or whatever, So basically this is the idea. So here, huwa. I'm sorry I'm pushing and going, because I am more interested in our purpose is today to complete the verses, not to teach too much into grammar, unless everybody want to learn that portion only. Okay, that we'll try to do it once we complete it. Okay. So here minkum is connected to huwa. This we understand. But how it is connected? Because huwa is what? Marifa or nakira, this huwa?
Marifa.
Marifa. Anybody has any doubt about that?
No, Ustad.
No doubt. So basically huwa is marifa. Here huwa is marifa. Huwa. Then here minkum is there. Minkum. So the scholars say the minkum cannot connect to huwa, because huwa is like not a verb or anything. So they say huwa, then there will be a assumed word like mawjudun or istaqarra, or there are multiple ways of doing this. Huwa mawjudun or huwa mawjudan, because we are considering to be hal here. Huwa mawjudan, and in the minkum is connected to mawjudan. That means somebody who is from you, somebody in the situation of part of your, yani, the people who receive the command, meaning Muslims, part of the Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. If you are one among them, you are in this situation, and okay, so that is your situation. This is the ismu kana. What is khabar kana? If any one of you in the situation of part of you, meaning anyone among you, you can simply say that. If anyone among you, maridan or ala suffering, that means maridan, what does that mean? If anyone among you is sick or ala suffering. Here again, ala suffering meaning musafirun. It's equal to musafirun. Musafiran here, okay? Musafiran. Maridan or musafiran. So this ala is also mutalik to something. It cannot be connected to anything else before. So basically, this is also connected to au mawjudan ala safar. That means he is present in yet mawjudan. Okay. So here the mawjudan is basically the khabar, and ala safar is mutalik to mawjudan, like that. So this is how the sentence is structured. Okay, maybe a little bit complicated, but that is why I told you to listen to the introductory video, because introductory video talks a lot about this, the concept of jar majrur mutalik, because very important, so
Yes,
that you
so
understand which one connected to which one. Okay.
Allah should be connected to a verb that is
Any
mawjudan,
jar
you're saying.
majrur must be connected to a verb type thing, verb or verb type sentence, like mawjudan. Like for example, I'll just give you a small clue, so small idea only. For example, we say al waladu fi al baiti, for example. Okay. Right. So what is this sentence basically? Quickly.
Mubtada khabar.
Mubtada khabar. So this is mubtada, this is khabar. But the point is the fil baiti should connect to some kind of a fi'l. So here, just before we go, what is the translation of this in English? The boy.
The boy is in the home.
The house.
Boy is in the house, like that. Okay. Okay. Can you tell me the translation? For example, in for example, Tamil. Somebody, all of you can understand Tamil, right? At least to majority of you.
No.
So Tamil. Who don't know Tamil? For example, Tamima, you don't know Tamil?
I know, Ustad.
So who don't know? You know Urdu, for example? Okay, translate this in Tamil, then we will try to see it in Urdu also. What is the meaning of this in Tamil?
சிறுவன் வீட்டிலே இருக்கிறான்.
சிறுவன் வீட்டிலே இருக்கிறான். There is இருக்கிறான், okay? Like that. Urdu, who did not understand Tamil? Can you say you know Urdu, for example?
लड़का घर में है.
No, the one who said don't know Tamil.
Okay, shall I do the Urdu translation?
Yeah. Urdu में क्या बोलेंगे आप?
लड़का घर में मौजूद है.
घर में मौजूद है, something like that. लड़का घर में मौजूद है. अरे लड़का किधर है? लड़का घर में मौजूद है. For example, you see there is a word called मौजूद. So already you brought the word मौजूद, mashallah. मौजूद है, for example. Okay. So the point is, if you see in Arabic, what is missing from the English and the Tamil and Arabic? What is missing here?
இருக்கிறான்.
The இருக்கிறான் is missing, or the मौजूद word of Urdu is missing, and what is missing from English?
Is.
The is missing. You see, this is missing here. So they say it is missing because of the usage, because it's understood. But in deep inside, it is not missing. It is there, but not spoken, because it is understood, it is generic, so no need to speak. So it is like an economy of usage, but deep inside it is there. So what is there? They say al-waladu. If you follow the same Urdu style, you can say also mawjudun. There is this word which is inside but mahduf. And this fi is mutalik to this, it's connected to this word. Or istakarra or something like that. So anytime there is a jar majrur comes, it is somehow connected to something. If there is nothing, it is like a generic word, like irkran, mawjood. This type of word is there, it's connected to that. That's why here we say, au ala safarin manahu au mawjudan ala safarin. Okay. One of you maridan or mawjudan. Mawjudan, aina mawjudan ala safar.
So
You got the
here
point?
also ala safar, who is only missing here.
No, no,
Mawjud
no.
is only.
Yeah, is the equivalent of is missing. So that is why we are bringing mawjudan.
Who is traveling, who is sick.
No, the one who is the one who is sick or one who is in travel.
In is there, ala we can take. Only is only missing.
Yeah, the who is in, no.
Yes,
The is, who is in. The is not there, right?
Is only, is here we'll take it as mawjud only. The what is mahzoof is mawjud.
This is one example. There are multiple ways of doing it, but you have to understand that it is somehow connected to like mawjudan type of word. And that's how the meaning comes.
Yes,
okay, so jar majrur is always connected like that. So here, for example, minkum is connected to huwa, like huwa mawjudun or huwa mawjudan minkum, because mawjudan is hal. Okay. If it is a little bit complicated, leave it. Don't worry too much about that. But eventually you have to reach maybe potentially to this level. If you go through a systematic, refreshing of your grammar or your understanding of the sentence, you can reach up to this level easily, inshallah. It's not very complicated, but only thing is you need to understand this kind of approach that is being followed. So that means whoever among
sorry,
you,
Ustad. If we split and see, I can understand, Ustad. Ala safar is missing. Like you can take istagarra or mawjud is the what is it is connected to. If should we see it together, Ustad? We should not see. Initially I thought ala is connected to who, like how minkum marid
no, not connected, because it's already maridan, because ala safarin is like muta'alliq is atuf to maridan, correct?
Yes, Ustad.
Okay, that means automatically it went into khabar. It is not part of mubtada anymore. You see the point?
Oh.
The minkum is connected to mubtada. Ala safarin is connected to khabar. It's a different department, different area. You got the point? You did not get it.
Minkum is yes, Ustad, I didn't get it fully.
Minkum is connected to mubtada. Minkum is connected to mubtada.
Mubtada is man here.
No, not that mubtada. Ismu kana.
Huwa.
Yeah, the minkum is connected to ismu kana. The maridan, the ala safar is connected to khabar kana. As a atuf, right?
That no, ala safar and marid should have the
to,
same way out.
Once again, ala safar is mawtuf to maridan, correct?
Yes, Ustad.
So the maridan is what?
So which marid is not will it miss maru? I was thinking what is marid connected to? That only ala safar is also connected to the same thing.
No, wait. Don't confuse too much. Maridan is what basically? First, grammatically.
Ismu khabar.
No, khabar kana. Ismu na, what do you mean ismu khabar?
Okay, sorry. Yeah, khabar.
Khabar kana.
Yes,
so, au ala safarin is mawtuf to maridan. So that means au ala safarin is also something khabar kana. Clear? So far clear?
Yes, Ustad.
Okay, now you think from there where are you going to connect? You cannot connect a khabar kana into mubtada, correct? You understand my point?
Okay,
or ismu kana.
Okay, Ustad.
You are connecting from Sri Lanka to Tamil Nadu, something like that. That is a different country. This is a different country now. Then you have to work within that country. So maridan au ala safarin is basically mawtuf to khabar kana. So you have to work in khabar kana department only.
Okay, Ustad. Okay.
You understand?
Yes, Ustad.
So that is why the maridan and mawjudan. That's how the link is. So it is equal to saying maridan au musafiran.
Okay, Ustad. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, Ustad.
Now, then the next thing is fa'iddatum min ayyamin ukhar. If somebody among you is either sick or in travel, then fa'iddatum min ayyamin ukhar. Okay. The point here is the fa'iddatun. Now we have to, the fa'iddatum min ayyamin ukhar is what kind of a sentence? Fa is a harf that comes in jawab shart. Particularly, the jawab shad happens to be Jumla Ismiya. So already I told you. What kind of a sentence will be فَعِدَّةٌ مِنْ أَيَّامٍ أُخَرَ?
Jumla
Failure?
fi'liya.
Where is fail? Can you show me a fail there? Is there a fail? Can you show me a fail in the sentence? Answer பண்ணுங்கம்மா. Can you show me a fail in
There
the
is no
sentence?
fail.
There is no? There is no what?
There is no fail.
Yeah, there is no fail. So why somebody should say it is a Jumla failure? The safer thing to say is what then?
جواب الشرط.
No, Jawab Shart is
Jumla
one thing.
Ismiya then.
Jumla
Jumla
Ismiya.
Ismiya.
There is no fail. You are not seeing any fail. So why you have to assume it's this one? And also there is a ism that is also there is ism that is also in rafu. Iddatun is in rafu or in that position, correct?
Yes, Ustad.
So you have an ism which is in rafu. Most likely it should be Jumla Ismiya. There is no way it can be Jumla failure. Why I will tell you here. I'll just give you a clue. I already gave you a clue. Let me see who can guess it. In Ayyam and Madudat, why I cannot say Jumla Ismiya? Why I have to guess it is something part of Jumla failure, not
Because
Jumla.
it started with the Amr, sumo.
No.
It is a
Amr is,
had.
this is something I told you separately. Before I tell you why you cannot say it is Jumla Ismiya. Because it's only ism here, right? Somebody could say this is Jumla Ismiya. Like here, you are not able to see any fi'al. You only see like ism. So Jumla Ismiya. Maybe there is something looks like something incomplete, which I will explain to you. But here you have to say Jumla Ismiya. But here why you have to say Jumla Fi'liya? Why you cannot say Jumla Ismiya? This will show you how much you understood the
Because
grammar.
it has, it is mansoob, ayyaman. So
Okay.
it looks like a maf'ul.
Okay, so that's a very good answer. The point is, something comes in maf'ul type, like nasb. This happens only in which type of sentence? Generally.
Jumla filia.
Jumla fi'liya. Okay, so if something you find a word which is kind of maf'ul, some kind of maf'ul, then it has to be Jumla fi'liya. That's it, simple. Here it looks like in a rafu position. So maybe a mubtada or a khabar or something, correct? Agreed? You agree or no? See, I don't want to teach you in this class just the rules like man, this one mubtada, khabar, oh, thank you. No, I don't want to do that. I want you to also think about it and get little benefit from the class, how you can think about it and carry this advantage to your future studies. So I want you to teach the way to approach the grammatical analysis. That's what the way I am teaching is maybe different from a traditional grammatical analysis, which I am simply telling you mubtada, khabar, mubtada, sifa, mawsuf and finish. I don't want to do that. So here fa'iddatun, there is a rafu type of a ism. So when you have an ism rafu type, potentially what it can be?
Jumla Ismiya.
Jumla Ismiya. Why the rafu thing I told you? Because
And the Fatha Dhamma Tanwin means it is
no, I'm looking for a word. I'm looking for a reason. But there nasb, so you said an answer like maf'ul, something like that. That's a good answer. So here this is something in rafu. So potentially what it can be?
Jumla ismiya mubtada and khabar will be raf.
Yes, exactly. So Jumla Ismiya, mubtada is also in rafu, khabar is also in rafu. So you have a like a ism, like a rafu type of structure. So it cannot be, and there is no fi'al. So obviously it has to be like a Jumla Ismiya because maybe mubtada, maybe khabar. Clear?
Yes, Ustad.
Okay. So here they say iddatun means counting. I mean counting of fast. Iddatu siyami, whatever it is. So iddatun, we can take it as counting of fast, just as a meaning. Iddatun. They say iddatu min ayyamin ukhar. Is this all of them together one unit or there are two units here? Can you guess? The ukhar connected to what? Ayyamin. Ayyamin and min ayyamin, all of them are jar majroor. This min ayyamin ukhar connected to what? Okay, now guess the meaning. No, the meaning. What is fa'iddatu min ayyamin ukhar? What potentially is the meaning?
Same days in other months.
No,
That's the meaning.
count. You count the days from other months, correct?
From other days.
From other days, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so that means the min ayyamin ukhar is something connected to what then here in the sentence?
So jawabu shart or something.
No, don't go too complete. Just connected means connected to this, connected to that. That's the answer. The min ayyamin ukhar as a unit connected to which word or something?
Min connected to min here.
No. That's why again, please. Wait. First think about the translation. No. Why you have to complicate? Think about the translation. First, you translate and think about your translation before you say anything. Because you cannot violate something against your translation. Counting from other days. That's how you are trying to translate, correct?
Yes.
So from other days is connected to what here? It talks about what?
Days of Ramadan.
No. Why days of Ramadan? No. It is something talking about counting, correct? You cannot count inside Ramadan. You have to count outside Ramadan, right?
Yes, Ustad.
So counting, it is that min ayyamin ukhar is describing the counting itself. You have to count in other days. So the min ayyamin ukhar is somehow like a description of iddah. Can you not guess that?
Yes, Ustad.
Can the chat, can you please respond? Is it not possible to guess that? It is possible to guess. So basically this min ayyamin ukhar is connected to iddah. So iddatu min ayyamin ukhar, all of them together is kind of one big unit, correct?
Yes, Ustad.
Yes. So then in Jumla Ismiya, what we need? We need two units. One mubtada, one khabar. Yes?
Yes.
So the scholars say the fa'iddatu min ayyamin ukhar, the iddatu min ayyamin ukhar is all of them together. They say is mubtada. There are multiple ways of doing it. One of the ways, this is mubtada delayed. Iddatu min ayyamin ukhar. So there is a khabar that is, what will be the full sentence? Can you say it in Tamil or in English? Whoever is, can you try to say that in English? The full sentence, including its implication. What is the meaning of it? Then try to guess what will be the missing khabar here.
Whoever missed fasting.
No, there is no missed here. Whoever is sick or on travel.
So whoever is sick or on travel, fast count the same number of days in other days.
So he will count and do what here?
Fast.
What is it? Counting is I cannot understand the meaning sharply. Can you explain?
Fast in other days. He has to fast in other days.
Okay. Fast in other days, or you can say it is you are responsible to fill it in other days, or you are responsible to complete the count in other days, correct?
Yes, Ustad.
Something like that.
Compensate
if you are on
somebody
travel,
who-
or if you are sick, you are on travel, then counting in other days is responsibility for you. Something like that should be there, correct? Or it should be fard for you.
Yes, Ustad. Somebody gave the word compensate. Is it correct?
Compensate, but the point is, the point here is, it is talking about you must do it if you miss it. Okay, is that not the intention here, the tone?
Yes, Ustad.
So why don't you bring that in the translation? If you are sick or something, then you missed it. That means you just count
You
means
must
what?
complete
Optional.
it.
You must complete it in another day. So that you must, or it is upon you to count whatever. So it is like responsibility for you to complete the count in other days. Is this not a good way of understanding it?
Yes, Ustad.
Agreed? Can you chat? Please, can you please respond in the chat? Is that a good way to understand? Yes? Yes. So that is why the scholars say it simply means like alayhi. Alayhi iddatu min ayyamin ukhar. So what is the meaning of that? Iddatu min ayyamin ukhar is a responsibility upon him. So it is not like optional that you can count, you don't count. Nothing. No, it's not about choice. You must fast the missing fasting by counting it in other days. So counting it in other days is a responsibility upon you if you are sick or on travel. Does that give you a good understanding?
Yes, Ustad.
Tell me. Clear? So this alayhi is what basically in that case? Alayhi faidatu min ayyamin ukhar. So what is this alayhi? Normally in the Jumla Ismiya, you have a jar majroor. Then jar majroor is normally what? In the Jumla Ismiya. Khabar muqaddam. Somebody says, Muhammad is saying that. It's a khabar muqaddam. This is khabar muqaddam. Okay? Iddatu min ayyamin ukhar is mubtada. It's khabar muqaddam. So alayhi also again should mutalik to something. So you have to say basically mawjudun alayhi or mas'ulun alayhi, whatever, responsibility upon him. So that kind of a word will be understood there. Iddatu min ayyamin ukhar. This min ayyamin ukhar, ayyam and ukhar is sifa mawsuf. This min ayyamin ukhar is connected to also sifa of idda. What kind of idda? Idda counting from another months, day from other month. So if iddatun mawjudatun min ayyamin ukhar. So the min ayyamin ukhar is connected to the sifa of idda. So technically min ayyamin ukhar is like sifa for idda. So counting from other days, that is to be done. Counting for other days means fasting, they count in other days, something like that. Because some people also say siyam iddatin, they are also assuming these kind of things, which we also can understand. When we say idda, it means fasting in the other day. So fasting, those count in other days, means other than the day it was originally commanded, is responsibility upon him. So that kind of alayhi is understood. Why all these things are not mentioned? Because it's all understood, correct? So Quran leaves you to get the meaning from context also. So that is why some of this understood thing is not explicitly stated, because of the Quranic structure and its depth, and it gives you opportunity for some deeper variations in understanding. So these are all the potential possibilities that leads you multiple angles of balaga. Again, it should not violate the basic meaning. We cannot randomly bring anything if it does not suit the proper meaning. So far you are okay? فَمَنْ كَانَ مِنْكُمْ مَرِيضًا أَوْ عَلَىٰ سَفَرٍ فَعِدَّةٌ مِنْ أَيَّامٍ أُخَرَ. Is it clear? So here also min ayyamin ukhara. Why it is ukhara? Because ukhara is what? Why ukhara is in nasb with fatha? Technically it is supposed to be jar, because it is sifa to ayyamin. Why is that? This grammar you should know.
Because ayamin is jar, so ukhra, it is ukhra is غير منصرف.
Ukharu
Diptot.
is mamnu min as-sarf. So that is why ukhara is technically in jar position, but the jar of this type of word, this غير munsarif or mamnu min as-sarf, is reflected with fatha. That's why ukhara is in fatha, but in the position of jar. So it is sifa to ayyamin. Then min ayyamin ukhar, the total thing is like sifa to iddatun, through a connection. Alayhi is khabar muqaddam, which means responsibility upon him, or wajibun upon him, like wajibun alayhi, for example. It could mean technically like wajibun alayhi, like that. Wajibun alayhi is this one. Or technically if you say wajibun alayhi fa iddatu min ayyamin ukhar, you could switch the mubtada khabar also. The responsibility for him is the counting on other days. So then mubtada khabar we can have this way or that way with the similar meaning. So there is a possibility of iddatu min ayyamin ukhar can be pushed to khabar also. That possibility also was discussed. So far it's clear? You are getting a hang of some benefit you got from the discussion so far? Can you give some response in the chat?
Yes,
Quick,
Ustad.
please.
We understand, Ustad, but definitely we will, how we go, your classes should be seen by, revised back, Ustad. So hopefully the recording will be available.
Inshallah, we will try to give the recording to you. This is what I will try to do it, inshallah.
Jazakallah khair, Ustad.
Okay, now, وَعَلَى الَّذِينَ يُطِيقُونَهُ فِدْيَةٌ طَعَامُ مِسْكِينٍ. Here again, وَعَلَى الَّذِينَ يُطِيقُونَهُ فِدْيَةٌ طَعَامُ مِسْكِينٍ. So فِدْيَةٌ طَعَامُ مِسْكِينٍ is, in this big sentence, what is the analysis quickly? وَعَلَى الَّذِينَ يُطِيقُونَهُ is khabar muqaddam, technically, correct? وَعَلَى الَّذِينَ يُطِيقُونَهُ is majroor to the jar. Ala alladhina yutiqunahu is like jar majroor. It is like alayhi, correct? It is almost like the alayhi I told you, correct? This alayhi is like alladhina yutiqunahu. Yes, can you say yes? Nobody is responding, so you not clear to you?
Yes, Ustad. Please repeat slowly, Ustad.
This alalladhina yutiqunahu, this whole thing, this alalladhina yutiqunahu, this whole thing. We are now talking about this sentence, okay? This full sentence. So here, wa alalladhina yutiqunahu is technically like alayhi, isn't that?
Yes, yes, because it's harf
Yes.
jar and it's majroor.
Yeah, yes. So alladhina yutiqunahu is like alayhim, yani, for example. Alladhina yutiqunahu is like him, yani. Talking about a group people, correct? Alayhim fidyatu ta'amu miskin. Alayhim fidyatun ta'amu miskin. So upon them is fidya, which is ta'amu miskin. That's how the translation. Upon whom alladhina yutiqunahu. Yutiqunahu is people who fast with difficulty. Somebody is fasting and fasting has some difficulty. So if somebody feel fasting is a little bit difficult for them, whatever, in that period, this is the initial stage when fasting was not made mandatory and there was no option that you can, the first time when the command came, as the scholars explained to us, there was an option. If somebody find very difficult to fast, okay, no problem. You can give fidya, which is ta'amu miskin. Yeah, ta'am for one miskin. This was optional at that time. But the next verse, Shahru Ramadhan alladhi unzila fihi al-Quran, there it says, فَمَنْ شَهِدَ مِنْكُمْ الشَّهْرَ فَلْيَصُمْ. So no option there. Anybody who is able must fast, whether it is difficult or not difficult. Unless the difficulty is serious sickness, which will prohibit him from fasting, or pregnant mother, feeding mothers, something really detrimental, something supported by some kind of a medical whatever, then the counting in other days or permanent sickness, they can give fidya. That option is available. At the early stage, this was the option. If somebody found it difficult, then they are given an option of giving fidya, which is ta'amu miskin. That's how the translation is. So, alladhina yutiqunahu, that means upon whom the fasting or this command is difficult for them. They can do it, but it's difficult. So, for those kind of people, alayhim, and meaning alayhim, yani, if you want to put it this way, it's alayhim. Upon those people, which people? The people who found it difficult. This is the khabar muqaddam. Then what is the mubtada? Fidyatun. That means what is fidya? Is compensation. Then it explains what the fidya is, ta'amu miskin. So what is the relation between, so fidyatun, ta'amu miskin, they are connected somehow? What do you think?
Yes, Ustad.
Okay, they are connected. So fidyatun, ta'amu miskin is all together one big unit, which is mubtada. Okay?
Yes, Ustad.
And alalladhina yutiqunahu is almost like alayhim, that is khabar muqaddam. Alladhina yutiqunahu is majroor, wa alalladhina yutiqunahu is khabar muqaddam. Jar majroor, khabar muqaddam. Fidyatun is mubtada. Ta'amu miskin is connected to fidya. But what is the connection? Can anybody guess? Fidyatun and ta'amu miskin, what kind of
I
connection?
think this is sifa. Ta'amu miskin will be sifa for fidya.
Badal mubdal?
Not necessarily. See, whenever you say sifa, please remember, sifa should be like sifa. Meaning, it's like a sifa type of word is the one suitable for sifa. I hope you understood what I said.
Is this then jumla ismiya and such fidyatun ta'amu miskin?
Jumla ismiya, but you are trying to say ta'amu is sifa to fidya, correct?
Yeah, because I got confused with this is nakira followed by I think it
Ta'amu
was
miskin is also nakira only, technically. Because miskinin is also nakira. Ta'amul miskin, then only it will become marifa. So it's not from that. But I gave you a clue. When you have a sifa, what is sifa basically?
Quality.
Quality. Very good. This stick to that point. It's about quality of something, correct? So whenever you are trying to bring a word as a sifa, that sifa should be from meaning point of view also like a quality. And what is mawsuf is something you describe, correct? Agreed? Hello, can you be on the can you
Yes,
respond?
yes, yes.
Mawsuf is something you describe. So mawsuf is like a thing, like a being, like an item, something, correct? Sifa is
Yeah.
like a quality. So whenever you try to bring anything as a sifa, you should also a little bit think internally that does it match the general idea of sifa? So here, can you bring food as a sifa?
No,
Food
no.
can be
And
good, right?
I think
We can
before
good
you
food,
said
bad food.
before Nakira followed by I think Hafjar and this will become Sifa. I got confused with that.
No. Yeah, but well, your logic is correct. Your logic. Fidyatun ta'amu miskin is nakira followed by nakira only. There is no doubt about that. But that doesn't only bring it to sifa, because the ta'amu miskin doesn't look like a character or a quality.
No, doesn't. It doesn't.
You understand my point? So then you should refrain from bringing this as a sifa, because you please understand, now it is not a dry grammar only. It is also common sense. Sifa is something sifa, like a quality type of thing only we can bring it as sifa. If it doesn't match common sense, also you have to little bit go one step back and think. Shoye. You understand this point? This is a very, very, very basic idea. It's not a random rule only. It's a rule also, but at the background, we are applying our common sense, our language understanding, which you also know. Like the quality, which is sifa is like a quality, is something you told yourself, which means it's known to you. So you have to apply that known knowledge whenever you're bringing something. You have to see it doesn't look like a quality, so how it can be sifa? So let's say potentially it's not sifa, then what it can be? Let me give you a translation. On the people upon whom it is difficult is compensation, that is feeding poor.
It
So
looks
what
like mudaf ilayhi then.
Ta'amu miskin is mudaf ilayhi. That is basic. We all understand. I don't think anybody has a confusion with that. Ta'amu miskin is one unit, mudaf ilayhi. Okay. What is the relation between ta'amu miskin and fidya? That's the question.
Badal. It can be badal.
It is basically badal. It is basically fidya. What is the fidya? Meaning ta'amu miskin. That's the fidya. وَعَلَى الَّذِينَ يُطِيقُونَهُ طَعَامُ miskin. If I say that, if I say upon people whom it is difficult, for them is a compensation. That's a good sentence also. Later on you may ask you, excuse me sir, but what is that compensation? Then I may answer you separately. When I say I'm talking about a general way. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if you take it as a separate sentence, it can mean that. Or if you can have the sentence, say assume the sentence to be عَلَى الَّذِينَ يُطِيقُونَهُ طَعَامُ miskin. Also it makes sense. For the people upon the people who find it difficult is feeding of poor. You got the point? So that means fidya and the ta'amu miskin, if one is not there, still the sentence makes sense. But the fidya is connected to ta'amu miskin, which means it's badal. Fidya, what is this fidya? That is ta'amu miskin. You understand this? You know what is badal, right? I hope you all know. Like for example, I say, I saw your brother, my teacher. So what does that mean? Your brother is my teacher. That's what it means, correct?
Yes, Ustad. Both mean the same person.
What is that? Both the same person, but I am giving them another word. So even if you cut one, it's the same thing. So here fidya, what is this fidya? That is the ta'amu miskin. So fidyatun ta'amu miskin is one big unit, which is mubtada. That has badal and mubdal minhu. So far clear?
Alhamdulillah, Ustad.
Wa ala alladhina yutiqunahu is like alayhim. That means ala alladhina yutiqunahu is majroor. And then basically what is missing here? Alayhim, this ala alladhina yutiqunahu also needs what? Like a place to do mutalik. That means mawjudun or something like that should be there. Or wajibun. You can say wajibun ala alladhina yutiqunahu. Alladhi mawjudun. Mawjudun is like a generic word. You know, it's there. What is there? It is there upon the people who are finding it difficult. The fidya, that is the ta'am of miskin. So this is at the beginning stage of the commanding of fast.
So Allah is mutalik to Ustad?
Mutalik to like mawjudun or istakarra or wajibun, you have to assume a suitable word.
Previously, min was also متعلق to موجود Ustad.
Which one?
Previous ayah.
Where? Which one? Which one? Can you say the ayah full?
Yeah,
Which
yes, Ustad.
portion?
If you can go up.
Min
Ustad.
ayyamin ukhar, you mean? You mean this min? Everyone will be connected for sure. Any jar majrur should be connected.
Yes, Ustad.
Okay, if you remember, remind me later. Okay. So here again, faman tatawwa'a khayran fahuwa khayrun lahu. What kind of sentence that you think is? Tatawwa'a means that does extra, meaning doing more voluntary or something like that. Faman tatawwa'a khayran fahuwa khayrun lahu.
Sorry.
One second. Can somebody translate this roughly?
Whoever wants to voluntarily do good, and it's better for him.
Whoever does voluntarily more, whoever voluntarily does more,
then it's better for him.
So what kind of sentence that is? This whole thing is what kind of sentence?
Jumla ismiya. No, fairly. Ismiya. Man, it begins with man. So.
Jumla shartiya.
Okay. Jumla shartiya. I am more interested in that because it has two sentences, right? Faman tatawa khairan is one sentence. Huwa khairul lahu is another sentence. And they are all connected by a condition. Whoever does more, it's good for him. Like that. So man tatawwa'a khairan is one sentence. The man is adatu shart. And also you can say it is mubtada. Tatawwa, because I don't want to get into more of the jazm and all these things because we don't want to get too much complicated. Let's make it a little bit simple. Tatawwa'a khairan. Tatawwa'a is the fi'al, correct? And what is the fa'il? Huwa, it is inside. That is the fa'il. Huwa, which is inside, is fa'il, which is basically referring back to the man. That means whoever. Khairan is actually maful bihi. There is a detail. It is not technically maful bihi. There is a detail to it, but I don't want to bring the detail now. Let us assume it's a kind of maful. Okay. It's a kind of maful. Okay. Or a connection to the word. So whoever does more khair, whoever brings more khair, which means, what does that mean is, let us say based on the previous sentence, you are asked to give, if you miss one fast, how many people you need to feed?
You need to feed one person.
One person. Somebody says, no, I will feed 5 people. I will feed 3 people for each fast I miss. So then they are bringing more khair. Correct?
Yes.
Then fahuwa khairul lakum. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala here is encouraging people. Look, minimum is 1. So you are okay. You fulfilled your compensation. But please remember, please know that if you do more, it is more good for you. So remember, for people who are finding fasting difficult, Allah says, Ta'amu miskin, meaning feed one. So you are in the base level now. Then Allah says one step better is what? If you do more, meaning you feed more people, it is more better for you. Fahuwa khairun lahu. So here also all those mutalik will happen. Huwa is mubtada, khairun lahu is khabar. The lahu is, you can actually connect also to khairun, because khairun is what type of sentence? Khairun is a mushtaq, as they say. It is called ismu tafdeel. Okay. It's a ismu tafdeel. Okay. So if you understood, it's fine. Otherwise, just keep that in your mind. So lahu is connected to him. So it is more better for him. So what is the base point? What is the base idea? If somebody find it difficult, then they have an option. What is the option? Can somebody say?
Ta'amu miskin.
Ta'amu miskin. For one. Then Allah says, what is more better? If you feed more people or bring more khair, is more better. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, even more better is something. What is that? Wa an tasumu khairul lakum. An tasumu, this is an is called an al masdariya. That means like siyamukum. That means you are fasting. So an tasumu is a technically mubtada. Even though tasumu is a fi'al, but the fi'al with an converts the whole unit an tasumu to be the meaning of masdar, which means siyamukum. You are fasting. Khairun lakum is khabar. So your fasting is better for you. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if somebody finds difficulty, you can feed one poor. What is more better for you?
Tasumu khairun lakum.
No. After that, feeding one poor first. What is more better for you?
Tatawwa khairan.
Tatawwa khairan is more better for you. Okay, even more better. What is more better than that? Antasumu,
That you
that is good for you. That is the topmost. So topmost is even, so it starts with the people who find it difficult. Allah says, if you are finding it difficult, you feed more. Actually, fasting is actually better for you. So that means even for the people who are finding it difficult, Allah says you fast. You see how it is structured, the way it is arranged. Have you thought about it like that before?
After hearing yours, Ustad.
True, but before, when we normally read it, or we did not, without this analysis, we will not be able to understand these kind of periodical progression in the weight and
More intricate. The meaning is more intricate when you divide this into parts and you understand the meaning.
Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in kuntum ta'lamun, is actually a conditional sentence. If you are aware, if you are knowing of this. So in kuntum ta'lamun technically sounds like what? What kind of a sentence sounds like? Come on, give me an answer. If you are
Masdar.
Knowing. If you are knowing.
Jumla shartiya.
Jumla shartiya. But what is the problem with the Jumla shartiya now here? If you are knowing, what is it okay, or there is something missing? What looks like?
The jawabu shart.
Yeah. So here what is missing? If you are knowledgeable, what? Okay.
The
But do we know the
jawab is
answer?
already given ahead.
If once again, if you know, if you only know, that is what the meaning is. If you only know, then there is a jawab shart required, correct? If you only know, what should you do? That's the question. But my question to you is, if you only know, do you know what the answer should be? From
The jawab is ahead.
Then please go ahead and fast. That's the answer to it, right?
Yeah, jawabu shart is coming first.
Yeah, usually they don't say jawab shart coming first, which is actually what it means really. In kuntum ta'lamun, if you are knowledgeable, then you have to do some action. What is the action? Fast, because it's good. Right? So that is understood. So the jawab shart is mahdoof here. But mahdoof why? Because mahdoof, but understood. Because of the context. And it gives more power. Fasting is more better for you if only you know. So obviously it gives like a deeper way of telling you, please go and fast. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says you have to understand what it means. That means the command is understood. Because Allah says fasting is much better for you. So if you only know, then obviously we have to understand this is a command. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling you to fast if you only know. So that is the jawab shart, but mahdoof. But why mahdoof? Because it gives much more deeper sense of understanding the meaning and a deeper shade of it, things like that. That's why this kind of mahdoof happens. And it is not complicated for us, because as a human being, when we read this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us enough sense and understanding to get what is the portion which is mahdoof, to get a deeper shade of meaning. Are we clear on
So
this?
an tasumu is mubtada and khairul lakum is khabar.
Exactly. An tasumu equivalent will be siyamukum, something like that. Siyamukum. Siyamukum. I find a little bit difficulty in writing because with my mouse. Siyamukum. Why I am saying kum? Because tasumu, you all. That means that's why the kum, I am attaching the kum to it. Siyamukum. So this is masdar, that becomes mubtada. Khairun lakum. The lakum is also connected to khair. That's
So
one
it's
simple way.
afdal way of saying khairun.
Yeah. Khairun is like a ismu tafdil.
Afdal way. Okay. Tafdil.
Okay, so mashallah, we have gone through two sentences. Actually, we have more sentences to go, but we don't want to rush also, so that we will lose track of it. So now, do you understand? Like, we have a ayah, we try to look at it, try to understand, and then try to assume what could be potentially connected to what, like a sentence. Then try to establish what is the role of each component in a sentence. Like this fail, this file, this maful bihi, this is connected to maful mutlaq, this is like mubtada. So the khabar means you have to assume it's an assumed khabar or it's a visible khabar. So like this, if you have to understand this. Obviously, initially, of course, when we get into Quran, we don't want to assume ourselves. We have to get some references of some kitab or whatever, so that we don't get lost. But if you go for a standard text Arabic, you don't have to do this level of depth in grammatical analysis. It will be much more simpler, much more explicit. Okay. So if you can get the hang of some level of analysis, then a normal language will be much more easy for you. So inshallah, I am interested. I have completed Gateway to Arabic Excellence class for Tamil medium students, level 1, level 2. And my own position is that normally the courses available in the market, they don't try to bring you this global approach and an approach to understand. The grammar is taught in a very dry way, even Arab is taught in a very dry way, so that at the end of all the Arab, you don't understand the meaning of the sentence. And I also struggled through that. That is why I'm interested in trying to bring out this new course called Gateway to Arabic Excellence. And as I have completed for Tamil, more than 150 hours of teaching completed, mashallah, they have come up to a very good level. So I wanted to bring that up for people who are interested in attending it in English medium. So if any of you or your friends are interested, please keep watching our WhatsApp groups and other thing. Announcement will come out maybe after 2-3 months, but I'm also looking for a sufficient strength, because we don't want to conduct the class for 5 people, 6 people. We need a good strength. Maybe 40-50 people should join. Then we can have a full course, and it will be a long travel together until we reach mastery in reading comprehension. You should be able to read it, tafsir, whatever, and should have a real comfortable level of mastery. But obviously, people have to do hard work. There is no shortcut for hard work, but the right methodology where the amount of effort put in will give you really benefit is what we are trying to offer. And that is actually my research also. So that is an information I'm giving you. So people whoever is interested, please keep watch. There is going to be a feedback form. I think our host, they will post a feedback form in the group. So please, all of you, take little time, don't just ignore it. Take some time and please provide your feedback about the class, what you have understood, and was it beneficial, and what was useful for you in the class, and also your interest in future classes if you are interested in joining. So that's what I have to say. Now I open it up for some question answers or your comments, or what did you feel in the class? Was it beneficial to you? Whatever, few minutes we can discuss. Yalla.
Oh, sir, I was asking this one only, sir. Min ayya min akhar. There the
Min ayya min ukhar. Yeah.
Oh, min ukhar. Min is mutalik to
Min ayya min ukhar. Min ayya min ukhar is connected to fa'iddatun. Correct? This is connected to fa'iddatun. This is what we said, right?
yes, sir.
So
Connected to
iddatun. Yeah. But iddatun is a word. Automatically you cannot connect. So obviously, what is the word you have to bring? Iddatun, mawjudatun.
So again, it is mutalik to mawjud only, sir.
Exactly, yeah. So the mawjudatun is actually the sifa for idda. The idda which was existing in the other days. So mawjudatun is technically the sifa which is mahduf, and min ayyam min ukhar is connected to the sifa which is mahduf. But why it is mahduf? Because it's understood. That's the whole point. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So that is why technically jar majrur can be like sifa. If we understood the dynamics, you can simply say min ayyam min ukhar is like a sifa to fa'iddatun. No problem with that. But you having this little bit understanding. Okay? Yeah. Any other questions?
So these videos, if we open your channel, we are not getting it. So only if we
No, this video is not in my channel. Maybe I'll try to bring that video in my channel, because this classes now I am conducting from my side. So I will try to request from PITS. They will give me this videos, and I will try to post it in my channel somehow, inshallah.
The introductory class,
or at least I will share this with you. What is that?
The introductory class video and Surah Al-Fatihah's video, there was that Ayatul Kursi's video and this video only, inshallah.
Okay, inshallah, we will try to do that.
Jazakallah.
Barakallah feek. By the way, the admin, are you going to post the feedback form or already posted? Admin, are you there? PITS admin. Okay, until they respond. Okay, anybody, anything else? Anybody, any other question?
We'll be posting the feedback form soon.
Yeah, please post it so that because if we post late, people who are a little bit sorry to say, people are lazy. After they finish the class, they forget. That's it. So I hope none of you will forget. Okay, let us post it as quickly as possible. Yeah, go on. Please, if you have any comment, what was your feeling? That attending the class, what did you feel? Is it useful, beneficial, or something difficult, or any question? It's a few 2-3 minutes, so maybe 5-10 minutes for discussion, and we have to close. We already crossed the time limit. Quick. This is a chance for you to ask some question also if you have. If nobody has anything, we can close.
Ustad, gateway ko second batch in Tamil not possible.
Tamil, it will take a period of time because I cannot conduct multiple courses at the same time. Next course is going to be in English.
Inshallah. Okay, Ustad. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah. Okay, so can we close? Can you give me an answer? Yes. So we will close.
Yes, Ustad. Jazakallah.
If nobody has a question, I'm going to close it. Okay. So chat, can you please respond? We can close. Nobody has questions. Okay. So we will close the class. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. So this Ramadan is coming, and the reason why we chose this verse, even though some complications are in the verse, we chose it because of the season, because it's Ramadan. So it's good to analyze this verse and get some input from that. And I hope it was somehow beneficial. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, make our effort easy and make understanding of Quran easy for us, and also have, grant us a good understanding of Arabic language to facilitate understanding of the Quran and tafsir and associated Islamic text. Obviously, we have to do our hard work, and may Allah make our work easy for us and make this month of blessing to be completely full of blessing for us, all of us and our families. Wa akhidana alhamdulillah bil alamin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Please do not forget to give your feedback. Okay, very important. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.